Those guys told me I was a fake YouTuber. I started questioning everything I know. Hey y'all, today we got another project. We have been doing project after project after project. I might look a little worn out, hopefully not. I feel worn out. We almost finished remodeling the camper. Can't wait to show you guys that. Today we're doing an outside project and we are going to work on Peppy. Peppy is our 1991 F250. It has 7.3 liter IDI. That means there's no turbo, there's no electronics to it, which is great because it's reliable and cheap to work on, but also means it lacks a lot of power. So when you're going up hills, you'll make it, but you're gonna go slow. That's the main downside. Other than that, it handles the camper really well and we're very happy with it. We love a lot of things about it, but something that is awful about this truck is the headlights. After about 30 years, these headlights are gone. Look at this. Look how fogged over that is. We've tried lens restoration and stuff, but that fog goes all the way through the plastic. So today, we're gonna solve that problem. So those foggy headlights are causing us a big problem. We can't see but maybe 10 feet out in front of the truck, maybe 15. It's really bad when we're driving at night. In fact, the last time when we went down to Big Rapids to visit Kimberly's parents and go tubing down the river, I'll put a link to that video here. They were repaving the road near her parents' house. So there were no stripes on the road and it was just getting dark and we could not see where the road was, where it ended, where it started, the sides of the road. We couldn't see anything. It was super scary. So Kimberly normally can't see at night, and I normally can, but even I couldn't see where the road ended. So on that trip, we decided, you know what, enough is enough. We can get headlights, new headlights for about 180 bucks. It's not worth risking the truck or our safety over 180 bucks. So we ordered some headlights on Amazon. I can put a link to those down below. While we're at it, it said, hey, if you're gonna take the headlights out, you gotta take the grill out to get to the headlights, so we got a new grill too. We're gonna give Peppy a facelift today. This is gonna be awesome, I'm so excited. We got a bunch of these little tabs that just, you screw them out and then it lets that come together and they pull out nice and easy. But we gotta pull a bunch of those out and then we'll get this top plate off right here. So you hold the outside and turn the inside, and then it kind of starts coming out like that. And take the flathead, slide out of there. Nice and gentle. So we got them all out. We're gonna pull this off and then try and figure out what we gotta do next. All right, so I didn't YouTube this or Google it or look at any instructions. We're just looking at it mechanically and just figuring out what has to come out and then try and put it back the same way. So looking at this new grill, look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's gonna be beautiful. But looking at this, it just has 4 tabs in the corners. Looks like they compress a little bit and pop in. So we're gonna pop those 4 tabs. Hopefully that'll take the grill out and then we'll go from there. So that's where the tab is. And it looks like instead of reaching inside, we can just get our screwdriver on there and then pull that out. There we go. Does look like there's 1 screw in here, right there. You see that? Just put a nut driver on it. Don't know what size it is. It's whatever size is on the end of here. All right. Should be the last one. Just that easy. Off with the old. I got this pair of headlights off of Amazon. It does come with the blinker and the headlight and all of the chrome around it. We'll put a link in the description down below. The pair I think was right at 170, 180 bucks. Look at that. That versus this. Look at that. It's gonna look like a brand new truck. All right, let's figure out how to get that off and this on. Loosened up easy, just like everything else on this truck. This truck grew up in South Carolina, and that's the key. You want a vehicle that was from the south so it doesn't get all rusted up and fall apart like it would if it was from the north. Okay, so it looks like there's 4 bolts that hold this in. There's 2 nuts on this side, one here and one down here. On the back side, this has 2 studs sticking out. The nuts are on the back side right here. So we're going to go ahead and take the battery out to make it easier to get in there. Probably stand some new terminals there, huh? They look fairly clean on the inside though. Now, and some of you guys are probably going to notice that this is actually, I believe, a deep cycle battery. They were in here when I bought the truck. I looked it up and it said it wouldn't hurt anything, just kill the battery sooner. And actually, when we stay hooked up to the camper, when we boondock at a Walmart or something, we can actually run the lights and everything on the 12-volt system all night, because between these two batteries and the one on the camper, we have 3 batteries, and I've never had a problem cranking the truck up in the morning. Okay, so we got one bolt down there, and then the other one is back behind these wires down there. Hey, show them how, when you're working on something at a campground, you always got lots of help.
Gotta have the supervisors.
That's right.
Supervision is the biggest
on
thing.
On and off the clock.
Here you go, mister.
You can deal with the good ones on and off the clock, though. Paulie does okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually a pretty simple job. I mean, you're talking those little tabs that we pulled off, 4 bolts per headlight, and 1 bolt on the grill. Last bolt for this side.
You do have to take that one. That's on your balance here. It's looking.
Yep, that one. Little known fact, but Paul is used to dealing with like the minds of a high schooler and taught auto mechanics for high schoolers.
Yeah, for high schoolers for 2 years.
Yeah, so he has to kind of bring it down a little bit for me, more to like middle school. We got one more little screw that attaches to this bottom little valance, the valance, according to Mr. Paul here. Well, something just broke, so that's going to come off now. It's spinning now. I got to get a pair of pliers on. Maybe I get lucky and grab it blind.
Doubtful.
So when you can't get to a screw, sometimes you just got to find your way in there. Now I can see to hold that backer on there. There we go. That's the old headlight. We don't need that one anymore. Come on over. So we just disconnect the plug from the back of the headlight. That would go right here. We unhook that plug, and then we got to pull the light bulb out of this one. Teacher approves. Take the light bulb out first, and then gently
Straight out.
wiggle out the light like a trophy. Now what I should be doing is taking this off and sanding it down and giving it a light coat of the Walmart paint that I use to match the color to the dingy old white of the truck. But I got to get this done because we're going to help Jacob haul his camper tomorrow, and I want to make sure I have headlights in case I end up driving late. Once we get the grill and headlights in there, though, I've heard it makes you want to paint the truck anyway, so we'll get them in there, and then maybe we can talk Kimberly into letting us paint the truck, making it pretty. Put the brand new shiny sparkly headlight in with all the chrome.
Gotta have the bling.
Oh yeah. So we're out here dodging goose poop. Somewhere we heard it splat, but fortunately it didn't get us. Okay, now we got it set in there, and we're just gonna do the opposite of what we did to take it out. So we're just gonna put the 2 nuts back on, a bolt here, and then the 2 nuts on the back side, and we'll have it back in.
You're all right, dude. You stay right there.
We didn't have it on camera, but I probably spent more time trying to get this doggone light bulb twisted into the blinker than I did on the whole rest of the project so far. I think while Polly fights with this, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the next light.
How many work campers does it take to change a light bulb?
I was thinking more how great the RVing community is, that everybody's willing to help out all the time. But go ahead with your little RV jokes.
Or make sarcastic comments.
Right. We were not able to get the blinker light bulb twisted into the housing with it installed. We actually had to undo all 5 of the bolts, pull it out just a little bit, twist that bulb in there, and now I'm reinstalling. Quick tip, if you're doing this on this model of truck, Click that light bulb into place before you go ahead and put your nuts on and seat the thing down. We're going to take the other battery out now and do the same thing on this side. This time we're going to be smart and put the blinker bulb twisted into the socket before we tighten it up. Okay, pretty basic. Just plugs in there and give it a little twist and it's in. See right there, it won't fit in with it in, but now we know how it's going to fit in. Sliding the headlight assembly in and give it a twist and it's in. These headlights actually came with light bulbs in them. It didn't say it came with light bulbs in them, but bulbs come in them, new bulbs, so that's cool. So we'll keep the old set for spares. This just plugs straight in the back. Pretty self-explanatory. So I like to use an extension, just makes it more like a screwdriver until I get it tight. Helps when you got big hands.
He's still recording!
Those guys told me I was a fake YouTuber. I started questioning everything I know. Then they went and looked up camper size living on YouTube and wanted to be in the YouTube video. Just a big old fake. Just snug it because the studs that are in here, the metal studs, are just molded into the plastic. We don't want to strip them out.
Hey, that went pretty easy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
Because I got one more to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if that's helpful, but okay.
It is.
So Paul is already starting on it, but we'll show you. This Ford Emblem on the grill from 86 to 91, I believe is the years, is different than the others. The others have a flat one that just can either stick on or bolt on. They're super easy to find. This one is not easy to find. If you can look in here close, it's like a cap. You see how it covers that whole thing. The others would stop about here and you just take this front little piece on and off. We're gonna have to try and get these nuts off of here. You can see are kind of like melted or cut into there. But we're gonna have to reuse this one until I can find a new one for it. I will be looking for a new one, but until then we're gonna use this one. So this is this little stamped steel nut right here. The other ones were stamped steel body nuts. According to Professor Paulie over here. We won't put your last name out there. We don't want everybody swarming your house.
Yeah, no.
Teach me.
No, I don't need none of that.
Unless you want.
Oh, no.
His phone number is 555. I want it all new on this, so that's the goal, is everything goes new so I can have a new truck. Piece at a time. You ever hear that country song? Got it one piece at a time. Putting the Ford Emblem on. Oh gosh, I read this was the case. Just a little bit outside the holes, so we're going to have to get our drill out and elongate those holes, and then that should fit on there. So we're going to start with a small bit just outside those holes and then go to the size bit I actually want to do so I can try and keep it from jumping into the hole. I hope it works. Maybe we should try one side and then if it works then do the same process on the other, and if not we'll just have to waller it out. Wallering is a technical term for making a hole bigger by wallering. Now we go with the bigger one. Alright, now it might be time for the wallering. That's wallering right there. That's technically wallering. That's what wallering looks like right there. That worked pretty good. We're going to try it on the other side. Then go to the big bit. Watch this though. This ridge is hitting there. Yeah. Not allowing it to go all the way in. Since this one won't work readily for me right now, I'm going to hold on to it and maybe I'll do some work with a Dremel tool or something and try and get it to fit later. I had pre-ordered the 7-inch Emblem that just has a peel and stick to it, and that actually is going to end up looking pretty nice. So for now we're just going to go with the peel and stick, and we can always try and find the original badge and put it on later. Our professional mechanic has guided us through this whole process, and now our professional paint and body guy says let's put the grill in first so it's square, and then we'll go ahead and put the emblem on. That's Brooke from Loving Life's Journey, and Kim from Loving Life's Journey. So remember when we took it out, just 4 tabs and 1 bolt, and we're going to pop it back in and we should be about done.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah. Is it okay for YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay,
Take your fingers.
come here, he's telling us a secret.
Put your fingers on the sides. See where this is rounded? Line your fingers up with the roundness on both sides and then slide it in and it'll go right to it.
Okay, my nice clean fingers.
Yep.
How's that feel to you?
It's good as long as you're hitting that round part. Peel it off, it should be good.
I think that's good. Oh, look at you. Sweet. That looks really good. And we should be able to see. Getting the batteries back in. Hey, what size socket is that to adjust the headlights?
It is 4mm.
So you got to get a 4mm socket to adjust this right here. And that adjusts the tilt and angle of your headlights. Never beat your battery connectors onto the battery, and always use the proper tool for the proper job. Sometimes you got to use the heavy end. Perfect. So the last thing we got to do is get the plastic on top with the little push pins. We'll push them in and then just dial that screw in. That'll tighten the whole thing up, and then we'll be done.